Mr. Speaker, I'm quite happy that in his position now, in power and in government, they now understand the real economics as opposed to the propaganda economy, Mr. Speaker. I'm happy much so because my respected senior, who was on the other side, very articulate, Honorable Jinapo, on the economy and energy, today has found the real understanding of economics as opposed to opposition economy. And I'll start from there, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, he now understands the real meaning of inflation. When he was on the other side, he told us that inflation is this, but why is the price of goods are increasing? But today, he has made us to understand that inflation is not the same as disinflation. And that when they say inflation is reducing, it does not necessarily mean prices of goods and services are coming down. Mr. Speaker, since time immemorial, prices of goods and services have never been coming down. Because he rightly mentioned that prices are not sticking downwards. And that is common case law in economics, Mr. Speaker. That prices of goods and services are not expected to be on a downward trend. They are supposed to be adjusting, because when prices of goods and services are decreasing, Mr. Speaker, it means that that is going to be disincentive for production. No rational producer will want to produce when prices of goods and services are decreasing. And that is one thing I'm happy that they are understanding. Mr. Speaker, I'm equally happy that this House has been informed of the transmission mechanism. It talks about time lag, T-1, very elucidate, very good point, Mr. Speaker. But he failed to remind him the implication of the time lag on the positive figures he's mentioning. That is one thing he failed to tell him, that time lag has effect on the positive figures he's mentioning. I expected him to have told him that, Mr. Chairman, when I talk of time lag, it means that the policy put in place at a particular time may have effect in 1 year time. Some of them will have effect in 6 months. Some of them will have effect in 2 years. That was the point he was mentioning. But today, he understands time lag, but he has failed to remind him that time lag has an effect on the inflation figure he mentioned. It has effect on the debt to GDP. It has effect on the gross reserve ratio. It has effect on the balance of payment. It has effect on the current account. He failed to tell him, but I will help him. Mr. Speaker, there is one thing that we fail to do in this country, in this chamber, that when government put in policies and those policies are working, we need to commend them. I'm one person that will be willing to commend the government. Mr. Speaker, one of the reasons that we are experiencing the appreciation of the city is fiscal policy. We admit that it contributes. But we have been reminding this government that much of the impact is due to government of Bank of Ghana direct intervention in the market, which is antithetical to the free liberal market we are operating. The direct, unmitigated intervention by the pushing and injection of hard currency into the Ghanaian economy. That is not economy, Mr. Speaker. Any finance minister can do that. Any Bank of Ghana government can do that. We will allow prices of goods and services in the market. We will allow demand and supply of the currency to determine the price of the Ghanaian cedi. I have problem with that intervention, Mr. Speaker. The problem with that intervention is that it creates a false sense of the strength of the Ghanaian cedi. When you inject Ghanaian cedi, when you inject dollar into the Ghanaian cedi, it creates a false sense that investors will think that your cedi is doing well. In actual case, it is not doing well. And the IMF has actually come to the country and they have mentioned that the Bank of Ghana must stop. And this House must encourage the Bank of Ghana to stop the measures of intervening and injecting hard currency into the economy. Mr. Speaker, he mentioned about GDP. Debt to GDP. What has the government? The government has not paid any loan except those who have so agreed to pay. Government has actually contracted more loan, but debt to GDP is declining. Why? Because of the painful decision of Nana Addo Dankwa government to go for the debt restructuring and to go for the IMF support program. Now they are taking the credit. Today, they are taking the credit and they are telling that their debt to GDP is 54%. But they forgot to tell the House what has accounted for the reduction in the debt to GDP. The government has not done anything about the debt situation. Absolutely nothing. Yet the debt to GDP has moved to 54. He needed to tell this House that it is decreasing because The government painfully took the debt restructuring program. The government painfully went to the IMF for a fund program, and the government has actually been doing that because the government is gaining this momentum because of the intervention of Nana Akufo. Mr. Speaker, we need to mention one thing: IMF program, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the IMF program has been highlighted as one of the saviors. But let's come to think of it. Inflation has been declining. But IMF told us in 2024 that we should end 2025 with 70%. Even before we came to government, that was a projection. So if you find inflation being 18%, being something percent, it should tell you that that is what we had already programmed. And now, they are now telling us that IMF program, when we are getting the positive gains in 2017-18, Mr. Speaker, they said that we are under IMF support program. Today, are we not under IMF support program? And they are talking about their successes, Mr. Speaker. These successes we are having is also supported by the same IMF program they were criticizing. So until we are out of the farm program.
Honorable Dr. Kabiru.
Mr. Speaker.
Can you wind up for me?
Mr. Speaker, the proximity to the leadership.
Honorable Walanyo. Honorable Walanyo, allow me to handle the House, please. Yes.
Mr. Speaker, I'm guided. I'll try to wind up, but I just want.
Honorable, please wind up for me. I mean,
Mr. Speaker, I will wind up. In winding up, Mr. Speaker. It must be put on record that the foundation upon which most of the macroeconomic indicators are now going to the north instead of going to the south is because of a certain difficult austerity measure taken. And that the government that took those decisions should be commended. It must be also placed on record that the government doing certain good must also be supported to continue. But you cannot, Mr. Speaker, in conclusion, you cannot say that you are doing well when you are not paying for basic statutory payments are not being released. Statutory payments are not being released. How do you say you are doing well? Contractors are not paid. How do you say you are doing well? We are in arrears. Even your minister has not even received your file. You are complaining. You are complaining in private. You are complaining, Mr. Speaker. So this government, finance ministry, you are not giving financial clearance to give people. So, Mr. Speaker, I want to thank the maker of the statement for this statement.
Thank you.
But to tell them that let us put the records, and when we are giving such a statement, it should be 360 statement, not one-sided. Thank you.